Hey, loves. Hi. Welcome to the very first episode of Heart to Hearts with me, Erica M. I'm Erica, and this podcast, this is my heart talking to yours. You know, when you reach your midlife, you're 50 or 54 like me, things shift. Yep, they change. They break, things wake up, and things fall apart in the most strangely, but sometimes beautiful ways, I have to say. I will admit. So, why am I doing this? Why me? And the first thing, and why now? Like, why? And who cares, right? Like, at the end of the day, why are there so many podcasts and people thinking they can do this? Why do I think I can do this? I don't really know that answer. All I can tell you is why the F not? Like, who said I couldn't? And who said it's not important? Who's to say I don't have something to say that's valuable? Um, if you're here, thank you. Welcome. Have a seat. Get what you need, your coffee, your drink, your wine. Let's chat a little bit. I want to talk about the why. The why that brought me here to do this first episode. And the why is my topic today because I think it's important to go back into how I got here. First off, I'm 54. I'm Erica M, Erica E, out between friends intimately. But I mean that in that, you know, here's the thing. We get to this age and we're supposed to be married. We're supposed to have it figured out. We're supposed to have a nice nest egg. At least that's what I think is supposed to happen, or that's what they told me. And I'm living in a times where people are barely able to pay their rent, barely able to do X, Y, and Z consistently because it takes too much time and money because they've got to work to fulfill the lifestyle, and the lifestyle that consumes them is just mostly about ego and clout chasing. Because truly, I think most of us just want to be happy, and all that stuff just fills in the void. I can speak from personal experience and having had, some wealth in my life and then having lost it and having to be in a position where I am now at 54 going, wow, I blew a lot of money that I could have invested, reinvested. I could have planted some big seeds in my life. Had someone taught me how to be fiscally responsible, had someone role model that to me. But I didn't grow up that way like many of us. We didn't get the handbook to how to be a kid and have a great parents, right? I got the survival fight or flight. No one told me about love languages and or how to communicate or how to express myself. And when I'm scared what to do, I was shamed. I was guilted, like a lot of us were. I'm 54. So I say that with pride, but I'm not getting younger. I'm not married. The last person I was with totally destroyed my belief in not in love, but like maybe a little bit of love because I'm very guarded. I'll be honest. I'm careful. I'm more calculative. And I've been celibate for it's almost a year and a half. So I say all this because there is no handbook. And no, I'm going to just say it now for the record. No one's coming in to save you. No one. Maybe they have, maybe you thought they did, but there's no way you can tell me that having your own, let's say, finances together, your own home that you pay for or that you've paid for and earned is better than like getting it from someone who just hands it to you or that you have to give something back for it. There's just no transactional justification in my book. Have I done some dumb things in my life? Yeah. Haven't we all? Like, of course. I've lived my life. I've made mistakes. I've fallen on my face. I've gotten back up to no avail, by the way, and to no help of my family mostly, because all they've ever done is try to kick me down. And I don't say that as a victim. I say that as an empowered self-aware woman who finally understood the manipulation and gaslighting I was born into, the generational curses that I was living under and within, the no wonders I've had as an adult later in life, like now I'm going, oh my gosh, it's taken all of this to get me to where I'm at right now, to have a relationship with God and have this union and this conversation that is truthful and that helps me to intuitively see what's gone on and to know that my power really is knowing my purpose. And that is that I don't need to know it all, but I know one thing, and that is that I have to love myself. I have to rescue myself because God dwells inside of us, always has, always will. And you have to find yours, whether it be X, Y, or Z. I mean, obviously, Well, not obviously, you don't know me, but yes, I'm Christian. I have that faith, but I also believe universally that Jesus to me is the one and only, but to many, it's not. I can't be the person or the voice behind that. And I'm not going to make this platform about that, but I am going to share my experiences and my testaments because Jesus has helped me. All I had to do was say, I need you. I mean it. And not out of, oh God, please get me out of this and I'll do this. No, like seriously be spiritually disciplined and make that my why. That's why I stand up or I do this or I do that, or that's why I give that, or that's why I'm this way. I'm very protective over Erica today in third person. Yes, I'm aware because I know what I've gone through to get here. I know which, I don't want to say that. I'm going to rephrase that. I know whom has tried to stop me. And it starts with family and my mother and my brothers. And then, later in life, there was conflict with my son over some things that I'm not proud to say, but, happened and it's still what it is. I've overcome such a big, giant, deep wounds from people I truly and have loved my whole life and admired. I lost a dear friend whom I've known for almost 40 years by choice, by the way. And I realized so much about how I've given my power away and my voice has been judged because if I said too much, maybe I was wrong at that moment. Maybe I did say too much. Maybe I do speak too much. I don't know, but my voice should be worth something to someone enough to say that you're worth getting up and saying, I have a reason to be here. I don't have to do it this way anymore. He doesn't define me. They don't say who I am, what I'm about. Their comments, their opinions are just that. It's none of our business. It's none of yours, not of mine, what you think of me, what I think of you. It really isn't. Judging anyone, I think we do that by nature. It's just the way that we are built. But there are cultures that obviously have that input in them from a very young age. And I won't say who those are. I've grown up around them. And it's kind of a cultural thing to be like, oh my God, look what she's wearing. Look at that. All clout, 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 clout. And I literally detested that because I grew up in a very toxic family upbringing. It wasn't always horrible, but mostly horrible for me. I was the kickball. I was the black sheep. I was the scapegoat. And I did not like myself because I never was taught to like myself. I was taught to hate myself, to shame myself. And that shame what would it do? It would create more shame and more shame because all I wanted was to be loved, to be protected, to be acknowledged, not for how I looked or for what I did. Because sometimes I would act out like a child would, like I'd ditch school or something. And the punishment never, what's that saying? The punishment did not meet the crime, if you will. You get what I'm saying. So anyway, I'm here. I'm in my midlife, and I'm like hearing this voice in my head that's like, "Wow." But I almost believed it to a degree and extent. What have you done? Where are you? Why don't you own your own house? Guys, I own my own car. Just recently paid that off, but I'm like, I already want a new one. My point is are we ever chasing happiness to fulfill a void, or is it because we're just not happy? I mean, I get down to this. I'm most happy when I remember why I'm here, why I'm going to be breathing today's air. And like when I get into a funk or a mood and I look around and I'm like starting to judge whatever, fill in the gap, my home or my car or my this or my why I'm not here, why I'm not doing this. And I avoid the pitfalls of like social media, which is giant pitfalls, by the way. It's all such smoke and mirror. It's just such bullshit. Don't buy into it. Don't believe it. Finding your tribe at this age is not an easy task. I've let go of a lot of people. Like I mentioned before, I have had my moments of doubting and I've had it for due cause. My past hasn't been horrible, but my childhood was checkered in a way where I was afraid to speak up. I was afraid to say anything. So, women, I know we're going through a lot right now, and there's so much going on in this world that's chaotic. But we have to remember, we're not done at 50. We're not even, I think for us, it's about a second chapter. It's like, okay, yes, I'm going to go through menopause. Yes, sex is going to change. Yes, I may not be married. No, I may not have kids. Or maybe I have kids. Maybe I got married. Maybe this is my second or third divorce. I don't know. But where are you in your life? Are you happy? Are you living your purpose right now? Are you in your power? And what are you doing with that power? Are you giving it away? Are you sitting with it? I'm here to also remember that whatever I get, I have to give back in a way. Because that's how energy works. When you're good, you get more back, by the way. It's just automatic. Call it a blessing, call it luck, whatever. I call it a blessing. And it's being rewarded by God in ways that I can only speak of in detail on my podcast. So stay tuned. But for the most part, I know that I've been carried, and I know that that's why I'm here, that I have a purpose, and that's to use my voice for this platform alone, if nothing more, to touch one life or two lives and to tell you, you matter, you're beautiful. And I promise you that if you just get up right now, just trust that it can get better. It will. It does. But you got to take the step. You got to take the first step. Albert Einstein said that. Quote me. Don't quote me, actually. I should have looked at that. Believe it was. All you have to do is take the first step. Don't look at the staircase. Keep going. I had a friend who once I used to call him T-isms. And if one day she hears this, she'll laugh. But she used to say, E, if you want an orange, don't sit under an apple tree. It's 3:33 on the clock. I'm going to close with that. Thank you for sitting through my very laborious first episode of The Why I'm Here. I hope you and I get to know each other on an intimate basis here on my podcast. I hope you subscribe. I am now uploaded on Apple, iHeart, and all those places, but YouTube is my number one. I love you, YouTube. I have to follow their strict guidelines, but for the most part, I will not. I will do my best not to curse. I hope to drop less seriousness tones and go into more funny tones. I will have guests. I will have some badass women on this and some badass men because I believe in equality in some degree, but I am a traditionalist, just so you know. We'll talk about that later. And just know that you're worth it. I promise you, you are worth it and you matter. So stay tuned. I promise you, I'll be back. Bye for now, lovelies.